I get high, high, high every day. I get high, high, high all the time. What's going on, everyone? Folks, there are ways that you can get a high from doing real estate investing deals the right way. What's up, everyone? Courtney Rollins from Life and Transitions Experts podcast here with the State Pro Service and Do REI Deals to share with you some of my thoughts and feelings that have really come up the last really couple of months as I've dug into probate real estate opportunities, working with families in the probate world to help them navigate the process smoothly. And when there's real estate involved, that's my opportunity to serve and to be able to hopefully capitalize on the real estate in there and making sure that it's a win-win situation for everyone involved. And that's what we're going to talk about today, an approach to these deals, to these leads, to sellers, to really everyone, and really just to life in general, that can give you a psychological and physiological sense of well-being and really a high. Yeah, so it's a little bit clickbait, but it's absolutely true, folks. Many of us enter the real estate world due to the great opportunities to generate income and add to one's net worth, right? According to Red Oak Development Group, over 90% of the United States millionaires invest in real estate, and there are tons of sources out there to show that many millionaires generated their millionaire status from real estate. Books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad have inspired folks like me to seek real estate investing as a means to change our financial situation for the better. And again, folks like me who started out with very humble background, was educated for 16 years, had very little capital to invest into real estate, but I stumbled upon this awesome strategy, wholesaling, that allowed me to enter with very little capital, with a lot of grit and a lot of grind, to be able to generate income that I can now transfer into wealth generating assets. So what is wholesaling? Wholesaling really is just a simple act of finding a property, finding opportunity, getting it under the contract, usually at a deep discount, so that you can assign the rights to that contract to another investor or other person at a higher price, and then you make your spread in the middle. It can be done with very little to no money, and it is very simple. It is not easy, but it's very simple. I know for me, when I started out, I was able to generate over $100,000 in 6 months directly from assignment fees. When I started out in June 2020, I fell in love with wholesaling. Now, others may not find that success for many different reasons, but I believe besides being consistent in your marketing and nurturing leads, one of the main reasons that some folks don't find success in this work is their approach to finding deals. When a wholesaler or a real estate investor, especially in the probate world, approaches a property owner from a scarcity mindset that says, what's in it for me? Or how can I make the most profit off of one particular deal? This approach is what I consider a very limiting, like I said, scarcity mindset approach that is not sustainable. Yes, you may find some short-term success, but as you go and grow and recognize that this is a team sport, or even just the energy that you bring to your work, it is not going to give, my humble opinion, us or you the satisfaction that you need, or people will also not want to or willing to work with you over time if it's always about you, about me. Profit is great. We are a business. We are in business. But again, it's short-sighted to think that just approaching folks from a me mentality is going to sustain your business. The right approach, in my humble opinion, is summed up by the amazing work of Zig Ziglar, right? I was just listening to Bill Gross, Probate Weekly. You guys need to check out his podcast, but he always quotes Zig Ziglar as one of his mentors. And Zig Ziglar is an amazing person out there. You probably know who he is if you're listening to this, but if you haven't, check out his work. But it says you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. And not only is this a way for you to be able to accumulate the things that you want in life, but it also gives you this thing called a helper's high. So a helper's high, this is something the term that came up in the 80s. And there's some work by Larry Dosey, who says the concept of the helper's high has been confirmed in various studies It consists of positive emotions following selfless service to others. Greater health and increased longevity are associated with this psychological state. Generosity, selflessness, and an extended sense of self-favor, our ability to confront situations successfully, the environmental challenges we face on our planet. So helper's high, going out and being generous to others helps you psychologically, physiologically. It gives you a sense of well-being and wellness. In fact, when folks are entering or approaching trauma or are attempting to cope with things in their life, quite often one of the strategies they are encouraged to do is to go out and volunteer or to help or to give. And this, again, as this work states, this can have such a positive impact on you and on your life. So it is wonderful to be able to help folks. It feels great to be able to help people, feel better about yourself, and make money along the way. Oh my gosh, why? That's awesome. That's amazing, right? So let's think about specifically, I'm in the world of probate real estate, probate world. So what are 4 tips that you can have when you are trying to approach others with a helper's mentality? And these aren't in any particular order. And of course, there's tons of ones, but these are the ones that's on my heart and my mind today. 1, connect with other people and make it about the other person, particularly when you're networking, when you're learning, when you're growing, when you're working with other probate real estate professionals or other professionals in really any other area, whether it's in person or virtually. Make sure that when you make connections with folks, that you try to make a genuine connection. And a great idea is to, whenever you're collecting business cards or in Zoom now or whatever the virtual platform you're using, quite often you can save the chat. And when people put their contact information in, save that, do the extra work of following up with them, saying hello to them, and coming with big ears, listening to what their situation is, what are their wants, what are their needs, asking them what are their plans, what are their hopes, what's the biggest challenge in front of them now. And then with that, you can reference those needs, reference those wants. And if you have the resources, be able to connect them to certain resources to help them along their journey. Remember that everyone is a star in their own movie. And we want to be a part. We want to be a part of their movie and helping them achieve that hero's quest that they're on. And definitely use a system to routinely keep up with folks. I put people in my CRM, and I have it on a quarterly basis that I'm going to connect with them. It reminds me to give them a call. Reminds me of the conversation we had. Reminds me of what their needs are. Now, one thing in particular, I would encourage you not to necessarily approach someone saying, how can I help you? What do you need help with? Or how can I add value to you? Which that's a great mindset to have, but it's even more powerful to listen, to ask them what's going on in their work, what's the challenge that they're having, because that's going to present some of the ways that you may be able to help, as opposed to giving them now an assignment on, okay, how can this person actually help me? When some folks can articulate some of the challenges, problem they have, but not necessarily how you can help them. So instead of just giving them the task of figuring out how that you can help them, listen carefully, be resourceful, and find that on your own when you can. And this will generate great opportunities for them and opportunities for you to partner together on future deals, because this is a team sport. And the more people you know, the more opportunities that are going to be presented if they know that you are there to work to help. And that's another thing that leads into number 2. Share your awesomeness, share your services or passions with people in your sphere of influence. Be loud. No one should really be a secret investor. I mean, I guess that's just their approach, but I have a skill, and I'm developing a skill. I have a skill of finding discounted properties. I have this skill in understanding particularly the probate process. And as I continue to dig into the probate process, I am passionate about helping others avoid probate. And so me contacting my circle of influence, past buyers, sellers, friends, and associates, and asking them, hey, do you have your assets protected? I'm in this probate space. I'm seeing so many families go through it with large net worth, with small net worth. And it's something that's sad and challenging because that net worth is shrunk by the fees, and the personal representative and family is strained by the quite often lengthy probate process. So do you have your assets protected? If they don't, Oh, awesome. Well, how about if I set up a 30-minute conversation with you and an estate planning attorney that you know because of your connections, your network, and all right. This gives you the opportunity to serve that person. This gives you the opportunity to provide a great referral to an estate planning attorney. So you're really, really just building this goodwill that leads to more referrals, leads to more work, leads to more service. And if they already have an awesome attorney, you give them the opportunity to experience that helper's high by asking them, hey, well, would you be able to connect me? Because I'm always trying to find awesome people to work with and to send business to. Awesome. Number three, let's try as the best we can to remain present in the moment and full of gratitude. Quite often we are caught between the tension of the past and the future. I wake up in the morning, and as soon as I wake up, my emails, my phone calls, my conversation reminding me of who I am in the past. And quite often, this past experiences really program us to react to certain stressors in our life in a predictable way that doesn't necessarily benefit us. So when my mind is linked to past issues or stresses or strains, it also can project into the future because I'm thinking also about my future tasks, that email I have to get, that great project I have to get off the ground, that tough conversation I'm going to have later. It can induce a lot of anxiety and prevent us from being able to be still in the moment and recognizing this moment is all we have, the eternal present moment. And in this moment, I'm just so grateful to be alive, grateful to be able to serve, grateful to be able to experience. And that gratefulness coming back into this loving, beautiful just moment right here releases us from the bondage of our past and the bondage of our future. And that free energy that's released, that's now available to you in this present moment, allows you to see more opportunities, to see more greater ability to connect with that person across that way. And they're going to feel that increased energy, and they're going to feel that increase is like, that's what we like, our prime motive, to feel, to express, to increase. And they are going to be so grateful for that energy there, and you and them are going to be able to capitalize on more of the opportunities you have right here in the present moment. So this sense of gratitude, as some say, keeps us closer to the source of our power, and it absolutely feeds into and bleeds into the interactions we have with everyone. Number four, embrace the learning process. The better I can be, the more value that I can bring and add. And this ties directly to everything else just said, because just because someone knows, likes, and trusts you doesn't mean that they think you can get the job done. If someone knows, likes, and trusts you, you are 9.9 steps in a 10-step process. But there's also, well, maybe that's giving too much, but regardless, there's they also need to know that you can get the job done. That's why it's so important to continuously learn and improve your craft. If it's probate real estate, dig into it, constantly learn, go to the trainings. Don't think that you're just have come to the end. I call myself the probate expert, not because I know everything in probate, but because I am dedicated to continuing to grow, continuing to learn in the process in Durham, North Carolina. And the more I learn, the more I can apply to the people around me. Couple that with the helper's mentality, and oh my gosh, you're having just an enriching, successful life and endeavors. Now, if you would want to talk to me, I would love to be a part of your journey, see how we can be a part of each other's journey. You can definitely reach out to me. There's so many platforms. You can go to doreideals.com, sign up for a free one-on-one. At estateproservice.com, you can sign up for a free one-on-one as well. And just reach out to me, whatever platform this is on. Instagram, Courtney Rollins IG is my name. Courtney Rollins IG at the end. And reach out. I would love to connect with you to see how, again, we can help serve each other. And as I always leave with rising tides, it lifts all sails. Cheers.